Hey, can you show me in the Bible where it says that the Lord's Day is Sunday and that the Sunday is a day of worship? Can you show me one place in the Bible where Sunday is when Christians are supposed to come together to worship? Hi, my name's Joshua, and I'm the servant of the Logos, your brother in the Lord. And the only place that anything like this is even hinted to is in Acts chapter 20, verse 7. It says, on the first day of the week, when we came to gather together to break bread, Paul began speaking to them, intending to leave the next day, and he prolonged his message until midnight. Notice it says on the first day of the week when we gathered together to break bread. This isn't one thing in biblical interpretation and hermeneutics is that this is descriptive, not prescriptive. It's telling something that they did, not a command of what we have to do. So this isn't saying that they worship on Sunday. This is saying that Paul was going to leave on the next day. So on this day they gathered together to break bread, but Paul began speaking to them, intending to leave the next day. So he's going to leave. And if this is the only verse you got saying that you should come together on Sunday, that's insane. And it also says come together to break bread, and most people interpret that to mean in communion, and it could have Lord's Supper may have been part of that, I don't know, but it's also just as possible because of other places in Acts that the breaking bread is just talking about eating, having a meal together. But that was an agape meal back then, and part of the agape meal or the love feast was that they did the Lord's Supper, so it could have been just a meal of the Lord's Supper, I don't know. But the point is that there's no other verse in the New Testament where it talks about coming together on Sunday. This is descriptive, not prescriptive. And the only other place is where Paul talks about in Corinthians. It says on the first day of the week, set aside your donations for because when I come, we don't have to get together or whatever. But this is talking about every week. You should say this isn't talking about during the congregation. This is talking about you during every first of the week. Set aside your contributions as an individual. That's it. There's nothing else in here about the Sabbath. There's John in Revelation mentions he was in the Spirit on the Lord's Day, which we discussed prior, that the Lord's Day is, Jesus said that he's the Lord of the Sabbath. So time's out. God bless. Come, Lord Jesus.